My headphones are on. Okay, once again, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Saturday, July 4th. Everybody, happy 4th of July. It's very important. We celebrate our country's independence. So, once again, happy 4th of July to everybody across the world and across the country, whether you're in the East Coast, West Coast, in the mountain time zones or wherever. Happy 4th of July. Hope you have a safe one. Please do not drink and drive or none of that. So we need you around. So once again, we'll go over some news headlines here on this Saturday morning. So we'll go ahead and get set up with Sportscaster. Let me go ahead and set up the video chat description. So let me go ahead and set that up for you. Okay, we'll paste this in here. Okay, if you want to come in video chat, we're accepting video chat calls. You can come in through the StreamYard link that's posted in the Sportscaster chat room area and also on YouTube side as well. So please take advantage of that situation. So we will begin with today's news headlines. Let's go over to the share screens. And we will switch over to ESPN first. We're going to be doing that. Okay, let's give you some score updates on what's going on in soccer right now. Okay, in the Italian series, it is Jubileus in the 45 minute, up 2-0. They're at halftime, so that's going on right now in Italian League Soccer going on this 4th of July. So once again, we'll give you some full scoreboard updates. Let's go ahead and give you that full scoreboard update as we go. So we're on now. Okay, it's full scoreboard update on soccer action going on here in the across the world in the for viewers. Okay. Let's give you that update. Okay, the first game is the English Premier League. Brighton wins 1-0. That was in full time. Leicester City wins 3-0 over Crystal Palace. Also, Manchester United winning 5-2 over Bournemouth, the game that just ended a few minutes ago. So once again, thanks for joining us. Johnny, Bravo, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming in. Also, games going on across the pond in England is Ariel taking on Wolverhampton. That's going to be at 11:30. That's going to be the game on I'm watching right now. Also, Chelsea taking on Watford. That'll be at 2 p.m. Central Time. Also in the Spanish division, at halftime, it is Celta Vigo up 1-0. The other games going on is on your screen for the Spanish division. Also in the Italian league, we just updated that score. It is 2-0 Juventus on top of Torino. So that's going on right now in Italian League Soccer. Now, United States NWSL Challenge Cup will be playing today. Sky Blue FC taking on Utah Royals FC. Also, Houston Dash will take on OL Region in women's soccer action today. Also, in the Europe League Championship, it is Derby Country leading Northam Forest. It's even at 1, so it's an even score there. Leader United defeats Blackburn 3-1. Let's see. Welgian Athletics loses to Brentford 3-0. Also, Cardiff City wins 1-0. That's in the full-time period. That's the final score. Fulham wins 1-0 over Birmingham City, and even score between Preston North End and Huddersfield Town. That's Huddersfield Town. Also, Reading winning 5-0. Stoke City winning 4-0 over Barnsley. I'm saying it. Okay, this is the Portuguese soccer in the 6th minute. It is no score between Paco de Felria, if I'm saying it right. This is in Portuguese soccer. And Viral, that's VITORIA. There's even at 006 minute going it by. Now in the Russian league, Carly, that's KRYI. Yeah, 00. So I don't want to mispronounce these names. Moscow leading 1-0, 38 minute. Also, Dynamo Moscow loses 1-0. So also in the Turkish league, their games are going on. No score between Ola Spolu and these are hard names to pronounce there. So please bear with me. I know it's a low. Let's scroll down some more scores. This is the Austrian Bundesliga. Austria, Vienna, and SV, no score. St. Politan taking on SC Rondorf. If I'm saying it right, it's 53rd minute, no score. So they're in the second half. And also FC Adrena, if I'm saying it right, and SWG. So we're going to pronounce them. Okay, the Chinese league is postponed. Spanish division going on. That's the their other leagues going on. So if you got a league in mind, post your comments via the sportscaster and also YouTube chat rooms. We are live today, so we are. Let's see who's in here. Nobody yet. So we're going to move along. Let's go to ESPN headlines. Okay, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest is on right now on ESPN. You can go there, watch it. Isaac Ellerman and I think Sam, Super Sam is doing that contest, so you can go listen to their commentary. Okay, let's go over some news headlines here. Okay, Freddie Freeman among 4 Braves players tested positive for coronavirus, so that's unfortunate right there for Freddie Freeman to be tested positive. So they're going to find some more cases. I'll be honest with you. I think it's probably going to baseball might not be able to start, but hopefully it will. So in the long run, so that's Nicker Booger 15. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming in. So this is the news. Bad news if you're an Atlanta Braves fan. Freddie Freeman is tested positive for coronavirus. So they're most likely going to get some more. I'm pretty sure they will sooner or later. Amongst the other guys, Will Smith and Taonki Toussaint and also Pete Kuzma has also been tested positive with the coronavirus. So it's not only NBA players are getting tested positive, it's now MLB players. So that's going to be problems that's going to occur during the restart of MLB baseball. So Let's go over some more headlines. Okay, Gilbert Burns removed from UFC 251, so he is going to be not being contend with the UFC 251, so he's going to not participate in it. So that's unfortunate for Gilbert Burns. Unfortunately, so let me see if I can pull this in. Okay, it's on the screen, so we'll show you. We'll play the video clip.
251 card in Abu Dhabi has unfortunately taken a hit. The original main event was supposed to be Kamaru Usman against Gilbert Burns for the undisputed UFC welterweight title, but unfortunately, late Friday night, we found out that Gilbert Burns was withdrawing from the fight card. He tweeted early Saturday morning that he wasn't feeling well, but the UFC has yet to make an official announcement as to why he was forced off the card. The UFC scheduled a charter flight from Las Vegas to Abu Dhabi for all the American-based fighters, and Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns, who both train in America, weren't on that flight. So right now they are bumping up the Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski featherweight title rematch to the main event slot. There's still maybe a very small amount of hope left that they might be able to salvage this welterweight title fight. I spoke to Jorge Masvidal's manager, Abraham Kawa, on Saturday morning. He told me that Masvidal, who, by the way, was the original #1 contender, unfortunately, they couldn't come to terms with him, so they went with Gilbert Burns, said that Masvidal was, quote, absolutely willing, end quote, to take the fight on a week's notice.
Well, I think, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you right now. I think he most likely had the coronavirus. That sounds fishy to me. That absolutely does. I mean, because look, you don't get sick and like just like that. He might be having some issues with his with the coronavirus. Hopefully he's not been tested positive. So that's just my opinion. So tell me what you think via the sportscaster and YouTube chat rooms. Do you think Gilbert Burns is going to do you think you found this fishy or not? Just give me a holler about it. So that'll be on the screen. So once again, thanks for joining us here on this Saturday edition of Sports Talk. Okay, let's move along. Okay, Cleveland Indians determined the best path forward for its team name. So I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, right now, I think they should change the name from Cleveland Indians because, to be honest with you, look, that's denigrating the Native American Indians that was first founded on this country. So that's something right there. Look, I'm not trying to be politically correct and all that. No, we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to get systemic racism out of society. That's what we're trying to do. So I think with this saying right here, I think it's sending a message to everybody that that this systemic racism has got to slow down and stuff like that. So that's my opinion on that. What's your opinion? Let's go ahead and put that in. Switch that over. There it is. So we'll play the video in just a second. So that's what we're talking about here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. If you think the Cleveland Indian name should stay or go, post your comments. That's absolutely optional for anybody. Also, if you want to come in and video chat, we will accept video chat calls via the StreamYard link. You can come in and post your voice your opinion as well on that format as well. So also they're going to be the next team, just like Florida State, most likely going to change their name. That's probably going to be the synopsis of the situation going on in this country with these name changes. So, Kel, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming in. Let's
deep traditions, including team mascots.
See if you can hear it.
How significant is it that Cleveland could drop the Indians name altogether?
effort with the name a few years ago when it did remove the Chief Wahoo logo. I think, as Adam said about the Redskins, if you put out a statement like this, it's inevitable that there's going to be change with this name. And I also think it's inevitable that the name on baseball's MVP trophy is going to change. It's currently named for Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who was baseball's commissioner for almost a quarter century. And during that time, baseball remained segregated. He had a hand in that. And there is an absolutely perfect and easy solution. Put the name of Frank Robinson on the award. He's the only player in baseball history who won that award in both leagues. But the late great Hall of Famer was also known as one of baseball's great leaders. He was the first African-American manager for the Cleveland Indians in Major League Baseball history. Yesterday, I talked with his longtime teammate, Jim Palmer, also a Hall of Famer, who said this would be a great idea.
I know people are pissed off and say, oh, it's politically correct and all that. No, it's not politically correct to change a name because, look, if it's offensive to somebody, then yes, you got to change it. So that's my take on it. So I know people's going to get mad. I understand that. But the truth of the matter is we're living in a society right now where we have systemic racism going on. And they're trying to get a hold on it. So once again, this is from the Associated Press and also ESPN. You go to ESPN.com. Here we'll see what else we'll discuss. Okay, FC Dallas will clash with Vancouver Whitecaps and MLS, so that's going to be coming back next week on July 8th. So July 8th, they'll be coming back. But the tournament will be postponed this year, so that's unfortunate for the teams that's involved in the MLS soccer. So that's just the unfortunate facts right now. The MLS tournament is back. Will begin on July 15th as FC Dallas takes on Seattle Sounders. That'll be at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central here in the Central. Also, at 10:30 at night, Vancouver will play. That'll be at 10:30 at night, so it's going to be 9:30 here in the Central. So once again, this is from ESPN. Let's see what else we'll discuss. Okay, Jimmy Johnson to miss Brickyard 400. IndyCar tested positive with coronavirus diagnosis, so he is another guy that's going to be that was tested positive for the coronavirus. So unfortunate for Jimmy Johnson to be caught up in the situation with coronavirus and stuff like that. So that's the unfortunate facts that's going on right now. Let's play the video.
Don't have the fear. We don't know how many days in that I am right now. So there is some concern that my conditions could worsen, but I literally have had zero symptoms. My wife at the most had allergy-like symptoms, which isn't uncommon for us this time of the year in Colorado. The cottonwoods are doing their thing and everyone in town has some kind of small allergy related symptoms. So I feel great. I think our biggest concern right now is just for our children. You know, they are negative as of yesterday. Of course, we're being very responsible in our home and trying to self-isolate. But at the same time, we have to parent. And, you know, that's really the tricky hurdle we're trying to sort out right now. On top of managing their fears. So thankfully, we're healthy and hope to stay that way. But for a 9 and a 6-year-old to try to manage, you know, the fear right now, and they can't come around mom or dad, you know, we've got to feed them, and we're concerned feeding them and passing the virus. So we're trying to be as healthy as we can. But, you know, on the home front with our kids, you know, we're heartbroken right now to see the fear in their eyes and watching them try to manage what's going on right now.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate facts that when you look at this situation, when you look at this coronavirus situation, I'll be honest with you right now, it's bringing out the best in families, and it's also bringing out the worst in people. Because you got all kind of protests and stuff like that. People don't want to wear masks and stuff like that. That's just unfortunate right there. Situations going on right now with Jimmy Johnson. I hope he does recover. So he can get back what he does best, doing NASCAR racing and stuff like that. So once again, this is from ESPN. You go to ESPN.com for more information. Okay, Lakers assistant coaches Lionel Hollins deem a higher risk. He won't go to Orlando. So all the assistant coaches that are with all the NBA teams, just like the New Orleans Pelicans here, their assistant coaches are not going to Orlando. So the players are going to have to um, they're going to have to get some leadership role or something like that. So they're going to have to be in this leadership role because these assistant coaches are at absolute risk for the coronavirus. So I'll be honest with you right now. Look, if the coaches don't come, I think it's most likely going to be the players that's going to have to step up and be a coach and a leader of that team. So once again, this is from Dave McManus. You can reach him at ESPN. That's ESPN.com. So if you can see me. So so let's move along. Okay, we are going to go ahead and talk about more sports stuff here on Sports Talk. Okay, 25 years ago, this is from Sam Miller. Follow him at ESPN. Sam Miller, this is about Mario Rivera. Made one great start, start of his Hall of Fame career. So I think, to be honest with you, Mario Rivera will most likely will get into the Hall of Fame. Most likely will be a first ballot going into the so this is a very long article. So talking about Mario Rivera. So let's go ahead and play the video for you. Play the clips.
He is the greatest closer of all time.
It's amazing what this guy's done in his career.
He's so reliable and you trust him so much.
He's vicious. He's like a quiet assassin.
Yankees win. Oh, Yankees win.
He has a cutter from hell.
You know what pitch you're going to get and you still can't hit it.
There's such a psychological disadvantage when he comes in the game.
Certainly the greatest postseason closer ever.
7 batters, nobody's got it out of the infield.
Mariano Rivera has shut out the Red Sox for 3.
And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
The New York Yankees, world champions, team of the decade, most successful franchise of the century.
That's 602 career saves.
Pretty special moment here at Citi Field.
Just perfection. Tears and cheers.
This was kind of the this is your baseball life, Mariano Rivera. Every little piece of his career was covered.
I think he's the most beloved Yankee ever.
I'm honored and proud to be a member of the New York Yankees, doing it the way I have done it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mario Rivera. That guy, I'm gonna tell you, that guy just pops him, just throws those curveballs. He throws a wicked curveball. So I'll be honest with you. I wish him all the best of luck in his Hall of Fame endeavors. So once again, this is from ESPN.com. You go to ESPN.com. So we will Switch over to local sports. Let's go over to NOLA.com. We'll switch over to the local sports here. Switch this screen over to NOLA.com. There we go. NOLA.com is website we use time and time again for local sports here in the New Orleans area. So let's dive into what's going on. Okay, Pelicans assistant coach Jeff as BZDELIK won't travel to Orlando, so he's the assistant coach. So, like I said, all the assistant coaches most likely will not be traveling to Orlando for to end the season. So that's unfortunate. He does run the defense. He is 67 years old. He's at high risk of getting coronavirus. So that's unfortunate right there for one of the Pelicans coaching staff members to not be in Orlando. So once again, this is from Rob Walker. You can follow him at The Advocate. That's Times Picayune. Okay, let's switch this over. Okay, watch Zion Williamson with assist from Governor John Bell Edwards on your left. John Bell Edwards is on your left. Zion Williamson on your right. This is from Orlando Flores. You can follow them at NOLA.com, talking about the Mask Up campaign here in the state of Louisiana. I think, to be honest with you, this is much needed because, look, a lot of people is not following the guidelines that the CDC does put out and stuff like that. They want to have their freedom and all that. But the truth of the matter is, look, if you want to have basketball and baseball and all those other sports come back, you got to do what you got to do. That's period, end of story. I know I don't want to tell people what to do. That's their life, but let's play this commercial.
Some people may be done with COVID-19, but COVID-19 is not done with Louisiana. We have to pull together to slow the spread. Wearing a mask and socially distancing will keep us safe and healthy. Do these things and winning at this is a slam dunk. Isn't that right, Zion?
Thanks, Governor. Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans, and I want to encourage everyone in Louisiana to wear your mask. I mean, I think they're pretty cool myself. Stay safe and wear your mask.
Yes, it's important. It's absolutely important, everybody. It's absolutely, I'm going to be honest with you. It's absolutely important you wear your mask because, look, this coronavirus is not done yet doing damage. And no telling what else it will do to a person. So please, folks, wear your mask. It's important. So once again, we will go over some more news headlines here. So we'll switch this over. Okay, let's do this. Okay, Washington Redskins to have thought review of team name amongst the race debate. So I think, to be honest with you, I think the Washington Redskins name should be changed because that denigrates the Native American Indians that been on this land for years. So I'll be honest with you, I think they should change their name to solidify the racist situations that's going on in this country. No matter if it's black, no matter if it's Mexicans, no matter if it's Jews or whatever. Look, anything you have symbolize those races, that's absolutely, you're contributing to the problem. So you're absolutely contributing to the problem. So I'll be honest with you, I think it's a good idea that we change these names. I know it's politically correct, like I said once before, but the truth of the matter is, look, we have to. It's a new day here in the United States, and change is good. So once again, this is from NOAA.com. Let's see what else we'll talk about. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, Better Call Paul Maneri says hope is a wonderful thing. Hopefully they can get back on the field next year or something like that for LSU baseball. So I think most likely it's on the horizon. But right now, he's not worried about that. He's worried about getting through this coronavirus situation unscathed. So once again, this is from The Advocate. You can go to theadvocate.com, theadvocate.com. Okay, let's pull this up. Okay, picture it. Seeing a role help make Zachary Chris Hilton an LSU commit. So he's going to commit to LSU. So I think that's good. On one Zoom call with Mickey Joseph over a month ago, truly had it all for Chris Hilton. He's a Zachary player, so hopefully it'll help this 2021 class. So that's their 14th commitment. He's 6 foot 170, so I think he's going to help out the wide receiver core big time, and in the near future for LSU football. So once again, this is from The Advocate. You go to theadvocate.com. Okay, we'll see what else we'll discuss. Looks like we can see what else we can talk about. Okay, born to play Madison Prep. Asia Washington has family tradition with basketball motivation. So the young lady in the picture, that's her right there. That's Asia Washington was young. So this is from Randy Fambro, Robin Fambro, excuse me. Robin Fambro, you can follow her at the Advocate. So I don't want to get their names mixed up. So this young lady, I hope she does get a Division I scholarship. So this young, so once again, this is from the Advocate, and go to theadvocate.com. Okay, we'll see what else we'll talk about here. Looks like we got everything. Looks like we got everything here on the Advocate, so we'll switch over our coverage. We'll go over to BSN Louisiana. Switch over to BSN Louisiana in just a second. Okay, we'll switch over to BSN. Okay, BSN Louisiana high school football news comes out. So we're going to talk about these articles. I'm going to go ahead and discuss them with you. Okay, let's go over to the first article. This is from BSN Louisiana Varsity Sports Network. George Becknell is the writer. He's talking about new Bayou area football coaches bring a different look to 7-5A. So that's going to be quite a ride for District 7-5A, which is the Bayou Land region. Excuse me. So that's going to help out their situation in the long run, going into the 2020 football season. So Central LaFouse filled its vacancy by Tavin Myers as the coach. So they're going to have Myers, he will be. He was a coach at White Castle High School, that's in Baton Rouge. Also, Tawaki Anderson. He's an elder coach. He's also going to be one of the coaches in the Bayou Land region. Also, Anderson is the new coach at HL Bourgeois, that's in Terrebonne Parish. Anderson team went 15-69. They had one playoff appearance. So that's the coaches that are coming into the Bayou Land area. The coach, the youngsters in the Bayou Land region. So once again, this is from BSN Louisiana. Let's go over to the other ones. Okay. The Bayou Land 4A district fills with new coaches. So once again, this is from George Becknell. Follow him at VSN Louisiana. That's VSN Louisiana. That's Varsity Sports Network. Okay. Adams becomes the that's Arch Adams. He becomes the new coach at South Terrebonne. That's in Terrebonne Parish. So he is going to be the new coach there with South Terrebonne. So his defense is going to be running a 4-3. They're going to be running a 4-3. They're going to run the wing T as well. So that's going to be an absolute benefit for South Terrebonne. Okay, let's see who's in here. Buffalo Bills Mob. Rob, thanks for joining us. I think that's Isaac. Fox. I know who that is. Okay. Also, Turner. Jesse Turner goes to Ellender. That's in once again. That's in Homer. That's in Terrebonne Parish. It's another school in 4A in high school football. Last 2 years, they went 2-8, but hopefully they can change the direction of their program. Now, South Lafourche gets Brian Young. He is a new coach with South Lafourche. South Lafourche is down the bayou in Thibodaux. Their defense, they'll be running a 3-4 stack. So they're going to be going from the 3-3 to the 3-4. So that's something right there. Look out for in the near future for high school football here in the state of Louisiana. Once again, that's from BSN Louisiana. Okay, let's see what else we'll discuss here on Sports Talk. Let's go ahead and see what else we'll discuss. Okay, this is from June 30th. This was a month, a few weeks ago. Okay, River Parish players beat coronavirus with early college commitments. So that's good. I think it's a step in the right direction for any player that was stricken by the coronavirus situation. So I'll be honest with you, it helps out. So once again, this is from BSN Louisiana. So follow them at BSN Louisiana. That is Varsity Sports Network here in the region. See what else we'll see at the articles we can go over here on this show. It's like not much, so we will come back to this later on, and so we'll switch this out, and we'll go over to Stadium. We'll switch over to Stadium.com. So I'm gonna go to Stadium. Okay, let's go up to Stadium for Stadium headlines. We're going to do either video or news headlines. Let's go over that. Let's see. Okay, let's break this top story here. This is a top story. We'll show this video in a second. Okay, top men's assistant AAC. So that's what they're talking about here on the top assistants in the American Conference. Number one, Kellen Sanders. Isaac Brown from Wichita State. He's number two. He's also KT Turner from SMU. Tom Heron from South Florida. He's number four. Also, Kevin Norris. He's from UCF. So that's the top assistants in the American Conference. Once again, Jeff Goodman is the Stadium Insider writer. Follow him. Let's go ahead and play this video for you.
Jeff Goodman, Brett McMurphy here, and we're talking
1 second to get the video
the
up on
non-Power
screen.
Fives, the best ADs when it comes to grading them for their hires in men's basketball and football. And Brett, listen, there's one guy to me that stands out above the fray. It's pretty clear cut, isn't it?
Yeah, it was clear cut. Danny White at UCF. You know, on the football side, he started out at Buffalo, very solid hire with Lance Leapold. He then comes to UCF. UCF is in the midst of an 0-12 season. He's able to pluck Scott Frost, then the offensive coordinator at Oregon, to come to Orlando. In year two, Scott Frost undefeated. They make the New Year's Six Bowl. And then Frost goes to Nebraska. He follows that up with another former college quarterback and another offensive coordinator, this time Josh Heupel from Missouri. In 2 years, he's done a great job there.
Okay, this is the non-Power 5 athletic directors rankings. See all the grades on watchstadium.com. That's we'll go to that story in just a second. So once again, thanks for joining us. We're talking about the top assistants as well. If you're in the American Conference, so we'll switch that over. Okay, we'll see what else we'll discuss here on Stadium. Let's go ahead and break this down. Okay, this is breaking down Josh Green ahead of the NBA draft. So let's give you this tutorial.
Welcome back to Tape Don't Lie. Cam Smith and my man Tim Doyle. And Tim, we're going to keep it in Tucson, Arizona, and look at Nico Mannion's running mate, Josh Green. What stands out about this young man from the land down under, Australia?
Yeah, cranky for crying out loud. Both of his parents were professional basketball players in the great country of Australia, and he's trying to tell draft scouts and analysts to put a sock in it about his game. See, I got some Australian slang for crying out loud. I think this guy's a D3 type. He's crazy long. He's a great athlete. The former McDonald's All-American has a huge upside, and I think there's going to be some GMs that are drooling over his skill set.
Tim, let's jump into Josh Green's game. You mentioned that he's a McDonald's All-American from the country of Australia, but this game right here is where he put himself on the map for a lot of NBA GMs. This was the final game for Arizona in the Pac-12 tournament against Washington, where Green had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals.
Well, this is the role they see him playing at the next level, that
I'm gonna tell you about this young man, Josh Green. This guy absolutely puts up some shots. If you ask me, so I think he's going to be a legitimate pick for the NBA. So that's one thing about it. So once again, this is from Stadium.com, and you can go to Stadium.com. That's you watch Stadium on the stream as well. They have pretty good content as well. So we will move along, and we'll go to some Twitter. So let me switch this over to Twitter articles. We're going to go over to Twitter now. Let's see, we'll grab this on the screen. Okay, we'll switch over to the Twitter articles. Let's go over to the Twitter articles here. Okay, Mitch Moss is Chestnut setting the record. So that's Chris Moss. Mitch Moss, excuse me, Mitch Moss. I don't want to mess him up. Mitch Moss. Also, C. Williams talking about something. Okay, let's scroll down to some more news headlines. Okay, 46 minutes ago, Ian Rappaport put out Cam Newton is in New England. He's taken his physical. He finalized his 1 year, $1.75 million contract. It's also worth $7.5 million. So a good thing for Cam Newton. So that's gonna so it just came out from Ian Rappaport. Follow him at Rap Sheet. That's Rap Sheet on the Twitter feeds. Okay, this is from Special Olympics North America. This is some pictures from July 4th. That's at the Summer U.S. Games in Seattle. So once again, follow them at ESO North America. That's ESO North America. Also, the Section 10 podcast showing all the players and stuff like that. This is Happy 4th of July. Bring Mookie back. So that's at Fenway Park. So once again, follow them at Section 10 Podcast. Also, this is from Picks Lab Inc. VIP. Last week went 14-4. That was 9.5 under. Also, current week 8-6 plus 2.5 under. So that's pretty good right there. Follow them at Pick Lab Inc. VIP. Pick Lab Inc. VIP. Also, this is from AGS Texas. We beat the Bengals 24-21 to improve to 8-1. Loves at grew for 225 and 2 scores, no turnovers. So that's from AGS Texas. Also defensively, we held Darnold to 163 yards. So that's some Twitter information from AGS Texans. Follow them at AGS Texans. Also, Ty Graffanini, he is the voice of the New Orleans Pelicans. They're talking about the 1-2 punch with Alonzo Ball and Zion Williamson. I think there will be a 1-2 punch once the season gets restarted. So once again, this is from Todd Graffanini. Follow him at NT Graph. Okay, let's go over this. Let's give you this breakdown right here. We'll pull this up in a second. Pull up my screen. I don't know why my cameras are too. Okay, Rudy Gobert says Rudy Gobert says receiving backlash was not easy being a human being. Look, Rudy Gobert, I'll be honest with you, sure, he made a foul up and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, don't go after Rudy Gobert because he's And because people are idiotic on social media. When you look at these people, they get on there and they think they have an opinion or stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, look, Rudy Gobert has a concern. All these NBA players absolutely have concerns about going over to Orlando. That's one of the reasons. So once again, this is from Real GM. Follow them at Real GM. Switch this over. Switch this back over to Twitter. I'll switch this back over to Twitter. And keep this in the screen. Okay. Fifth quarter. New record for women. That's in the hot dog eating contest. So that was Miki Sudo. That's Sudo. She broke the new record. So congratulations to her in that situation. So congratulations. That's from fifth quarter. Also, on this date in 1939, shot putter Lilburn Williams defeated Michigan's Bill Walton by 7/8 of an inch in the AAU Nationals in Lincoln, Nebraska. So congratulations to that was on this day in 1939 from Xavier Athletics. Followed them at Xavier XU Goals. Excuse me. I'm getting real stuff. Phils, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming in. Okay, this is Colin McHughes talking about this is a COVID test. No eating and drinking for 30 minutes. So that's what they're talking about. Follow him at Colin McHughes. That's Colin_McHugh. Also, let's go over to 247. Let's give you that information on LSU football. Okay, this is from Death Valley Voices. Follow him at Death Valley Voice. 247 names LSU football most indispensable player. So that's what they're talking about. Indispensable players for LSU football. This is from Zach Regan. You can follow him at Death Valley Voice. That's Death Valley Voice. So they're talking about the indispensable players with LSU football. So these will show you the game-by-game predictions. So this is one of them. Miles Brennan, most likely will be that indispensable player going into the 2020 season. That's one of them. Let's give you some more. Also, these one of your selections. LSU versus UTSA. I think they'll win this game against UTSA. And this is game-by-game predictions. Also, LSU versus Texas, probably going to be a 2-0 record there. So, also, Rice versus LSU. These are the predictions. Once again, give me your prediction on LSU football season, where you think they're going to end up at, what the record is. So you can send me your comments through the Sportscaster in YouTube chat rooms. Once again, LSU Rice. LSU will get a win there. Now, Ole Miss and LSU. LSU will go 4-0. So it's probably going to be an undefeated 4-0. Now, LSU and Florida, most likely, Nichols, they'll at the latter part of the season, I think they're going to be 5-0. Now, LSU and Florida, that might be a loss right there going into the that might be a loss. Unfortunately, I have to give them a loss for LSU and Florida. Now, LSU Mississippi State, I think they'll get that game 6-1, so there'll be a 6-1 record there for LSU Mississippi State. Now, Alabama and LSU, that's that's Mississippi State, 7-1. Now, LSU will finish 8-1, so that'll probably be an 8-1 season. I think they'll beat Alabama. South Carolina, they'll get their 9th win against South Carolina, so they probably will get their 9th win. Now, the LSU Auburn game, that'll be their second loss of the season, 9-2. That would be probably be a they'll get into the playoffs if they get into the SEC Western, win the West and get into the SEC championship. I think they will most likely end up in the playoffs with maybe a 10-2 record or something like that. Now the next game they finished 10-2, so I said 10-2. Everybody else agrees, so it's going to probably be 10-2 for LSU and on this 2020 season. So once again, this is from Fansided. Go to fansided.com. That's LSU's okay, let's switch this over. Okay, Loyal, put this in. Okay, Loyola grad wins the Firecracker 5000. This is from the Shreveport Times. This is from Jimmy Watson. Follow him at Jimmy Watson number 6. So once again, Loyola grad wins. Dare sets the record, heads to LSU. So that's good. Congratulations to this young man. Also, Unwrap University. Wrap This is back tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be 7 here in the Central Time Zone. So they'll be on tonight. Amber retweeted that. With those guys, are absolutely extraordinary. This is from Louisiana Raging Cajuns with the fireworks, talking about basketball on the 4th of July. So once again, happy 4th of July to everybody here on Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. And also, okay, this is from the hot dog eating contest, just came out 26 minutes ago. Joey Chestnut, 74 hot dogs on 7 and 4. So they are making wagers on that hot dog eating contest. So once again, if you want to join into the hot dog eating contest, you can. That's on ESPN right now. We are not commentating. I'm going to be just doing sports. Okay. Okay. Sam Reese put out this. Follow him at Sam Reese Sport. Patriots rookie killer Joshua Rollweiser reportedly removed his controversial 3% tattoo. That's what he's talking about. Follow Sam. He's also with Isaac and Grant on all Sports Talk. That's every week on the Sportscaster networks. This is the lady that that's Sadu. Name is Mickey Sadu. That's Sudo. She won her 7th straight hot dog eating. So he's not eating it with the bun or none of that. Wow. That was in under 10. That was in 10 minutes with hot dog and bun without to me, I would not subject myself to that stuff. To be honest with you, it's just absolutely dumb right there. But it's just it's for fun. So once again, she does eat 48 hot dogs in almost like I said, 10 minutes. So congratulations to Nikki Sadu. Drew Stahl put out I have chestnut winning it. So once again, follow Drew Stahl and Jack Morgan. They're with Golden Hour. Follow those guys on Sportscast. So that's your boy right there, Joey Chestnut. Bob Nightingale put out something. Nats manager Davey Martinez says he has yet to meet with anyone who likes the new MLB rules, having runners on second base to start the 10th inning. So I think, to be honest with you, I think they're trying to speed up the game exponentially because look, these 3, 4, 5, 6 hour games are kind of getting really tiring and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure fans want to head for the X's and stuff like that early because they want to try to beat the traffic and stuff like that. So once again, this is from Bob Nightingale. Follow him at B Nightingale. Wilson Alexander put out Chris Hilton will be going to LSU. So that's good news for once again. He's from Zachary. Okay, Vince McMahon reportedly left the Performance Center before the end of WWE taping yesterday. We had All Talent had to say. Vince reportedly. So I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of things going on with WWE and stuff like that with the with his famous XFL not being around and stuff like that. So look, I know Vince McMahon. I know he's not happy with how Monday Night Raw has been going and stuff like that, but hopefully things will pick up sooner or later. So once again, this is from Wrestle TV. That's Wrestle Talk TV. Follow them on Twitter. Also, once again, I reported about this. Freddie Freeman has COVID. This is from CBS Sports MLB. Also, Brian Allen, he's got a lot of commitments. He's the #1 safety in Texas. Also, the second in the nation in the safeties. He's got LSU, USC, Ohio State, Arkansas, Kansas, Florida, Oklahoma State, TCU, Nebraska, Auburn, Penn State, and Houston. So that is his commitments right there. Hopefully he'll find somebody that will that'll suit his needs. So once again, that's from Brian Allen. Follow him at BJ the Kid #4. BJ the Kid #4. That's okay. On this date, 1939, Lou Gehrig, #4, becomes the first retired number in MLB history. So, who wore your favorite retired numbers? So, if that's what they're asking, this is from MLB Stats. Follow them at MLB Stats. Also, July 4th, that's all the MLB players getting ready for the season, which will begin on a couple of weeks on July 23rd and also July 24th. That's opening weekend. Now, bird rights. This is talking about the New Orleans Pelicans. Follow them at the bird rights. Also, Odell Beckham share his touching moment with fans. So that's from LSU Football Report. Follow them at LSU Football Report. Also, Scotlandville High School, that's in Baton Rouge, saying this thing is back. So let's go ahead and play this summer camp breakdown of Scotlandville. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you. So give me 1 second to put the share screen in. We'll set that up for you, and we'll play the video of Scotlandville High School.
Hilton and the Broncos are scheduled to take on district opponent Scotlandville in Week 8 of this upcoming season. The Hornets are tonight's subject of Sportsline Summer Camp.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think they understand the expectations and what we expect from them. Coaches understand what the program is. I think, this summer so far, even with the restrictions and with COVID and everything that we've been given, it's going smooth.
It's year 2 of the Lester Ricard era at Scotlandville, where the Hornets are looking to get back to their dominant ways of recent seasons like 2016 and 17. Not that last year's 8-4 record and quarterfinal appearance wasn't good, but this year is about elevation.
Over the break, I can tell a lot of guys been working. Like the first day, everybody came back hitting the ground running. I ain't see too many people tap out or quit. So you can tell people been putting the work in and getting better day by day.
We haven't seen the dome since then. So it's like, it's always been like our dream. Me and my teammates in my class, we talk about it all the time. Like, we got to be the class that set the example for the preceding class. We always want to look good, and we want to get that championship for the kids under us, and we set an example for them to live up to.
Ricard describes the 2020 group as younger but deep, with quality players at every position that have experience. Guys like Reggie King at receiver and Marlon Gunn at running back on offense, as well as Javon Grigsby at safety and Jeremiah Williams at linebacker on defense.
We've got everybody at just about every level that's either, with their skill set or with their experience that we think is going to help contribute to us having a successful season.
You think you can maybe top what you did as a sophomore?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goal is to rush for over 1,500 yards this year.
Yeah, I want to bring back that Scotlandville name, that Scotlandville mentality, like the mama mentality, we dominate, I feel like we all connect, we communicate well, and we all understand, our job and where we're supposed to be.
Perhaps the X factor for the Hornets will be their new quarterback. Sophomore Zay Tisset, who started one varsity game last season, takes the reins under center.
He's grown so much as a person, as a leader this offseason, and we just look forward to his growth. And so I don't think we'll miss a beat, because I think he's so dynamic with the football, throwing it, and he's got a little athleticism as well. So we're excited about that.
More with the Hornets tonight at 10. We'll be right back.
I'll be honest with you, Scotlandville will most likely be a good team this year, because they're going to be stacked. They're absolutely going to be stacked this year. So we'll play part 2 of Scotlandville High School. That's in Baton Rouge. If you're not familiar with it, they're East Baton Rouge Parish School. They're in District, I think it's District 4 or something like that, or 5. I think it's in District 5. Yeah, 5A. So we're trying to think where they're at. So let's go ahead and give you part 2 of Scotlandville football. Let's go ahead and play that for you.
Here's Craig Loper from the Spencer Callahan 9 Sports Desk.
Welcome back. We're getting towards the end of Week 3 on Sportsline Summer Camp. Now, we heard from the Scotlandville Hornets earlier tonight at 6. Second-year head coach Lester Ricard is hopeful an infusion of young talent mixed with experience at key positions can help springboard the program back to the upper echelon of not only the district, but the state.
Those are 2 guys that we're going to hang our hat on to be our senior leaders, who's going to kind of help us get over the top. We're deep, but we're young in a lot of positions as well. So we lose 5 guys on the offensive line, but we really return 5 guys who we think is going to step in and play good football for us.
Javon Grigsby and senior receiver Reggie King there. Now, in back-to-back years, their season has been ended by Brother Martin out of New Orleans. In 2019, it was a quarterfinal loss, putting the Hornets at 8-4 on the season, a major improvement from a 4-7 record in 2018. Now, as these Hornets work to get better this year, they say iron sharpens iron.
With our offense, it's really the running game that get us going, because if we can run the ball, then we can just add a ball out if we want to. But, we have that range to do what we want with the offense since we have so much talent.
Oh, it's been good. Everybody been going hard. Everybody been working hard. It's like they want it. They hungry.
I feel like they're going to push us. They're going to push us to where we need to be. And there's going to be a good comp every day, going against them. And I feel like they better than anybody will play.
What kind of brand of football do you want this defense to be every Friday night?
The best football being played in the secondary in the state of Louisiana. From my D-line to the linebackers to the back half, I want everybody to be elite this year.
Check out the story from 6 o'clock on WAFB.com. All our summer camp stories are posted there. Now, this weekend, we head to Vacherie to hear from defending 3A state champ St. James. And then on Sunday, we'll preview the U-High Cubs.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this team right here. Be honest with you, I think they're going to be another 8-4 year. To be honest with you, I think Scotlandville right now, they're sure they lost to Brother Martin in the quarterfinals, but the truth of the matter is that could be that perennial team in the district that they're in. So once again, this is from Sportsline Summer Camp. That's on WAFB. We'll focus on those teams every time we get these videos. So once again, this is from WAFB Channel 9 in Baton Rouge. So we'll move along and we'll talk more about football here. So we'll see if we got any more WAFB Sports Summer Camp. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we got any more WAFB Sports. Let's see if we got. So I'm going to pull us back up. So we'll have that in the screen. So we'll see if we got anything on Twitter. Okay, we talked about Scotlandville, so we will move along, see what else they got on WAFB Sports. This is from Josh Azarin. If I'm saying his name right, you can follow him, talking about Pete Parrish no longer listed on the Tigers roster. So most likely, unfortunately, most likely. So that's Pete Parrish. He is the second string quarterback with LSU. This is another. We'll see what else is going on. So this is Plaquemines High School. We'll go over Plaquemines. Just set this up for you. We'll go over to another Sportsline Summer Camp. Give me 1 second to set this up. Get this up on the screen. So we'll go to WAFB. We'll switch it. We'll have Scotlandville. Let's play Scotlandville. Those play. Let's see. Okay, we'll play the Plaquemines Green Devils from Sportsline Summer Camp. Jock Duce is in this video, so we're going to play him. We're talking about the Plaquemines Green Devils. They're in Plaquemines is in Iberville Parish. It's I think that's in below Baton Rouge, something like that. Let's go ahead and play that. be honest with you, Proclamers most likely will be that team in 7-4-8. They have 15 seniors coming back, so they're gonna be loaded this year in District 7-4-8. So that's one of the reasons to watch out for the Plaquemines Green Devils out of Iberville Parish. Sorry, my correction. They're from East Iberville Parish. They're not from Iberville, from East Iberville. So my apologies on that. That's my mistake, but we absolutely corrected it. So let's go ahead and shut off for today. Okay. Once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. We'll be back later with TBT basketball tournament. We'll have the 2 games. We'll have the 7 o'clock game, and we'll have the 9 o'clock game here on the show. We'll have those for you. I will be doing a play-by-play commentary of that, so you can come in and join us. It will be on Sportscaster only, no YouTube, just on Sportscaster only. So we will be back later with TBT basketball. So once again, like, share, and follow Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show on the official Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show webpage. That is tumblr.com. That's www. Follow me there. blog/KLW7825. Also, you can follow me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Kerry.Wehmeyer. That's the number 75. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. Let me pull this up on the screen. Instagram as well. That's Instagram. That's Sports Talk 2505. Also, you can follow me on my YouTube page. I will see if I can get this uploaded to YouTube. And, no, it's already on there. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You can see this replay on YouTube as well. Also, you can follow me on, you can email me anytime if you have any questions or concerns about the show, how we can improve this show. Post your comments or questions. Just email me at kerry.wehmeyer@yahoo.com. That's kerry.wehmeyer@yahoo.com. And we'll do the best we can to address your situations and stuff like that. Okay. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Talk Kerry. That's TalkKerry. That's absolutely optional there. So that is mostly where we do our shows and stuff, where we put our content and stuff. So once again, everybody have happy 4th of July. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you do it safely and don't go out there drink and drive. Please observe all the fireworks ordinances wherever you at, because look, if we don't need incidents with fires and stuff like that with fireworks. So please be careful with those fireworks as well. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll be back later with TBT basketball coverage here on Sportscaster.